Hello goat lovers, Crystal here with Blue Cactus Dairy Goats, and I officially have due dates for the 22 does that we've been breeding. Now just to recap, the way we breed is pen breed. We just pen them up for 2 months, gives the boys some time to stay with the ladies, but as well it ensures that our does are going to have 2 heat cycles, meaning that they're absolutely going to get bred unless of course there's a health issue. So starting with Merles' pen here, and I got my big old list. Merle's been doing very well. Lodi is, of course, his favorite, but we got Lodi for March 10th. Nova up here, and the A-frame is March 1st. Let's see here. Tansy is in the middle hiding, if you can see her little face, and she is February 28th. And then Dawn, of course, is always hiding under there and does not like to come out. As I mentioned before, I think she might be crazier than the crazies. But either way, Dawn is March 6th. So the first one to give birth in here should be Tansy. What are you doing, sir? Hi. You stink. Good boy. So Tansy will be the first, starting in February. And Shilly down here chilling in the corner, she's going to be March 1st. So over here in the Luck Bucks pen, we have all of these does bred as well with due dates. Hi, Elsa. Hi, Elsa. All right, so we got Ruby. She is March 10th. And then Whoa Nelly. She went into another heat cycle, so I got her down as March 21st, but I'm really hoping it's going to be March 1st, not the 21st. Something I want to mention too, I like to not breed them or wait to breed them, but she's a doe that we purchased 2 years old and hadn't been bred yet, so I'm going to keep an eye on her and hope she doesn't go back into another heat. If she does, potentially, could be an issue, infertility issue. Maybe, you know, they sometimes can get too fat if you don't breed them. So again, just gonna keep an eye on her. If anybody can get the deed done and it's a healthy goat, it's gonna be Luck Buck. So we got Sky in here, who's hiding. Big Montana, just to point out there as well, she's just a big wide doe, guys. She's not pregnant, just always looks pregnant. That's why we call her Big Montana. But she is March 3rd. And then last is Elsa, March 26th. So she'll be the first one of the first does to actually kid. Yay, pretty. All right, so now up is Everest pen. This here's Miss Lily, and she is February 27th. Cassie up here up top. She is February 28th. Mayo back there, up top as well, is going to be March 2nd. We got May right there. She is March 4th. And her daughter Maddie, March 3rd. So, these two like to kid right around the same time. They actually, not last year, but the year before, they had their babies on the same day. So we'll see if they do that again. They're very bonded. Maddie's kind of a little bit off as standish from us. She was not one of our bottle babies. We did keep her on May, but her and May are very, very bonded. So, and Everest, of course, is doing very good. And I was just looking at him this morning. He kind of looks like somehow he's cleaning the pee off of him. A little weird, I don't know. Hi guys. Hi. Alright, over here in the cute pen, we got, let's see, Dreamer is going to be February 25th, and then we have Maybelline here. Where'd she go? February 27th. So, it'd be cool. These two are going to have babies, you know, they'll be one of the first does to kid. So we'll see if they have babies on the same day. Their dates are pretty close together. Huh. So Vader did his job very well. Legend. He is in a good mood this morning. He's bouncing all around, this little fluff ball. How you doing? Hi. All right, so in Legends pen, oh look, Becky's actually gonna peek out. Isn't she cute? All right, so we got Becky is March 6th, and Val in there is March 1st. And they have not come back into heat or anything, so pretty positive. They're also bred. And again, our young boy, he did his job well. Check him out. This boy, he might be worse than Luck Buck on the fence. I don't know. We're gonna have to see once he gets a little older. He's crazy. And there he goes. All right, so last up is Champ's pen. As you guys know, he's my silent breeder. Initially, it was the day after we put them together, I noticed that he had gotten all of them on the same day. But watching and keeping an eye, whatever, that did change, so not all of them have the same due date up here. But let's see, we got a little bit here coming up to say hi. Are you saying hi? How you doing, girl? She's so cute. All right, so we got, oh, hi, Dixie. Little bit is gonna be March 3rd. Abilene, you wanna say hi? Abilene's chilling too much back there, but she is gonna be March 2nd. We got Roxy hiding in there. She is March 2nd. And then we got Cammie up top over there. She is March 7th. Now, Champ is one of our moon-spotted. He's moon-spotted buck. He's not very moon-spotted, but he does have just one moon spot really on the back of his leg. And he, with Cammie, loves to throw moon spots on Cammie's kids and have not bred him with Little Bit before, so that's going to be really interesting to see. I hope he can throw some moon spots on her, and then of course on Roxy and Abilene. Last year I really wanted to pair her with Champ, but I put her with Everest just simply because he was a nicer buck. He's smaller and so forth. And Abilene, it was her first year, so I just didn't really want to put her in here with him. So I'm really excited about Champ and Abilene kids this year. So we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully moon spots. Those ducks are quite talkative this morning. So, because I know some people are going to ask, and we get the question frequently, what is a moon spot? It literally is just a spot, and you hope that they get covered in them because it's really pretty. It's just catching to the eye, if you will, and it's a round spot. It can't be on white or white, so love the moon spots. You wanted to say hi after all, huh? How you doing, girl? How you doing, girl? She's my little baby. Another very common question is, who is Zoro's mom from Weed'em and Reap? Little Bit here. That's Zoro's mama. And you're saying hi, Little Bit? I almost got to say hi to Roxy. She's a little grouchy with Roxy today. Little Bit, be nice. All right, you guys, so all of them are bred, and it's gonna be a 2-week period. So from February 25th to March 10th, within 2 weeks, I have all of their due dates. So it's a little bit scary. That's a lot of goats, with the exception of Nellie on the 21st, which I'm really hoping it's not the 21st, because that puts her way later than the rest of the does. But it's gonna be what it's gonna be. So, and if any goat's gonna cause problems, leave it to Whoa Nellie, right? So it's gonna get crazy starting in the end of February. A lot of kids are gonna be born. So we always calculate 2 per doe. That would be, of course, with 22 does, that's gonna be 44 kids. But, you know, some might have just 1, and, you know, like Elsa, she likes to have 3. Cammie's given us quads a couple times, so you never know. I'm thinking usually we end up being more kids than the estimated 2. So, in a 2-week period, 22 goats, 21 or 22 goats giving birth. It's gonna get crazy, guys. we also got some more chicks this week. So every fall we just purchase chicks. That way we can get rid of the hens that are no longer, the older hens that are no longer laying. And it is getting cooler, so we do have some stuff that we need to butcher. We have quite a few chickens. We definitely got 3 drakes that we need to harvest, and you know, with a goat or so. So that's gonna put some meat in the freezer for quite a while for us. So we got 23 chicks. Most of them are little buff Orpingtons. We got silver lace Wyandottes, and we also have blue Plymouth Rocks. So I'm excited about the blue Plymouth Rocks. We'll see how they turn out. That little ducky swimming. They're getting to the age as well. They're starting to kind of mate. So I don't think, because it's the colder temperature, and we've had drakes, or we've had Muscovy ducks before, but they're not going to start laying, but they're definitely practicing the act. So they're going to be ready in the spring. We'll have ducklings everywhere. So another change this week is Derek had to build this little structure in here. These 2 goats are escape artists. So most of the wethers and everything, as you guys know, or most of you know, we have them out browsing, and they're out there with an electric fence. These 2 just don't fear the electric fence, and we're just tired of it. They just continually want to break out, and potentially are going to cause the others to do the same, because of course they see them on the outside and they want to follow. So that we can keep the other ones respecting the electric fence, these guys did have to come up here to where they can no longer just continue to get out. So this little guy here is one of our wethers that we're going to obviously harvest. And then this is a doe that unfortunately, she does have a defect, so she's going to be harvested as well. So now it's time to let the wethers out of their pen so they can browse. Hey little dudes. Hey girl. Hey dudes. Well, good morning. You get down. Pasture. This is where they're being raised up until they're a good size that we can harvest them. In addition, we also have Little Made It and Vogue, just simply because they can get to browse, and they were too young, or not too young, I'm sorry, they were too small. I didn't feel comfortable breeding them. Made It here is definitely going through a growth spurt and looking awesome. I'm really excited to see that. We also have our retired doe Lacey in here. Miss Lacey, old lady. So that she can get to browse also, you know, rather than just penning her up. The one doe that we have in here, this is Anna. So most of you already know we had tried to get that goat pregnant, and she only gave us 1 kid. There was one time that she would get bred and just had a lot of difficulties, and I know she was overweight. So if you get a goat too overweight, they're really hard to get bred, and I'm about positive that was her scenario. So anyway, she is going to be the first goat that we harvest here this fall. Alright guys, so for those of you who saw last week's video, you know that I attempted to cut open this log of soap, but it was just a little bit too wet. So I did give it another week. What we're going to do is cut that open with you guys. All right, let's. Still feeling a little wet, to be honest. That brown especially. Let's keep going. Not too bad. Doesn't that look neat? Okay, so what I want to try now is the crinkle cut. Now I don't know if it's going to look okay with the design, but I'm going to try it out and see how it looks. I think it'll look pretty cool. Let's go. Ooh, I don't know, guys. I might like the crinkle better. Both pretty cool, but I like it with the crinkle cut. So we're gonna continue with the rest of the log with the crinkle cut then. All right, guys, so again, I think I like the crinkle cut better, but got another 15 bars, and I also made a new batch of soap yesterday. Let's see, so this pretty guy. This one is lavender, so I just did some purple swirls throughout, same recipe that I've been using, but as far as the oils are concerned. But this one's lavender and it just smells lovely. So I just put some essential oils in this one, and I think, well, for one, it's like drives you crazy not being able to cut it open. So I'm gonna let it dry, obviously, at least another week because I don't want to ruin it. And I think my next soap is either gonna be, I know I want to do a sweet orange scent, but I also want to do like oatmeal honey. So I don't know which one I'm gonna do next, but I'll let you guys know. It smells so good.
Hi, Miss Piggy. Hi there, Dobby. Hi there. Good pig, good pig. Good pig, good pig. Oh, hi there. Hello, I am Peggy Hill. Good pig. And you are Teddy. Hi, Ted. Ouch. You just tried to bite me or something, didn't you?
All right, so we have 4 Kunekune pigs, 2 males and 2 females. In about 1 month, the males are going to reach breeding age, and we're going to be able to separate these two and start breeding. The reason we got 2 males is that was available when we started looking, and I figure it's, 2 is 1 and 1 is none. You never know when something could happen. One can get sick, one could die, and if you end up with an extra pig, that's an easy problem to solve. You eat it. Then we got 2 females, and they came from the same place. So we have 2 brothers and 2 sisters. So as far as who's bred to who, not a lot of, big difference there. We are excited, though, to finally get them breeding. So I got to hurrying up on this pig pen.
All right, so here is where the new pig pen is going to go. We got it all marked out. We are ready to start digging and setting post. It did get a little smaller. It is now 30 feet by 20 feet, and this is a 10-foot shade right down the center there. We will be able to break this into 3 stalls, and each stall will have their own pond, as kind of indicated by these little squiggles here on the ground.
As I mentioned before, each pond's going to have its own drain, and it's going to go to a tree. So this pond here is going to go to that tree by the horse trailer. The one in the middle, it's going to go over there, that tree in front of the A-frame. I can't see it, somewhere right over there. And then the bottom stall is just going to go to that tree right there.
Having the shade there in the middle rather than off to one side is going to have some benefits. In the summer, the sun comes up over that way, and the shade line will be over here over those ponds, keeping the water cool and helping the pigs cool off. In the winter, the shade line will be over here, because obviously the sun is further south in the sky, leaving those ponds in the sun to help warm up that water so the pigs can enjoy that.
So I've had some of these supplies for about a week, And we just wanted to take some time and just make sure this is what we want to do. As I mentioned before, most of the other stuff is just built with recycled materials or what we had or what was on hand. I mean, we really haven't gone out and purchased a lot of new material. So what happens when you do that is they all look differently. Then you kind of hodgepodge them together to make them work. And then if you start building stuff permanently, you want to make sure as time goes on and all the other structures get built out of the same material and it all kind of looks nice and blends nice. So we did take some time and we did think about it, and we drew multiple different drawings, and we've got drawings going back about 3 years since we moved here, and we did come up with some design changes that are going to be implemented incrementally over the next year or so. One of the things we've come up with is we do love the A-frames. We want more of them. At our last house, the first one I built was out of just stuff of what I had on hand, and I didn't have any money. I was just trying to see what I could build with what I had. Then I did purchase the material for the second A-frame at the last house, and they served us very well for a few years. When we moved here, I did take those A-frames down and bring them with me, but we didn't put them back up because the pens got smaller. So when we moved here, the goats were in the backyard for about 6 months while we tried to figure out what we wanted to do and how we wanted to use the land. When we moved the animals over here, the first 3 pens we built were these 3. And basically they are this size because these panels are 16 feet long. So it's 3 16-foot stalls by 32 feet deep. And that was here. That material was originally around the garden, and we didn't need that big of a garden at the time, but we did need 3 corrals like immediately. We only had 3 breeding bucks at that time, so that's why we had the 3 stalls.
So the reason the A-frames did not go in here is because these are only 16 feet wide. And the A-frame has got about a 12-foot square footprint. So we were worried that they would be too close to the side and then just jump over. So we didn't put those in. Originally, these pallet structures were a little smaller too. And since then, we've added on the full 8 foot on top and 8 foot square on top as where Cassie's sitting there. And no one has tried to jump over yet. That being said, if we build an A-frame in here, it would be a 12-foot square, not this 8-foot square. So the walkways along each side would get, would only be about 2 feet, and that's just too narrow for, cleaning and just having a good flow. So we have reimagined these corrals, and over time, each one of them is going to become a 20 by 32 as compared to a 16 by 32.
So by making these bigger from 16 to 20 foot wide, that is going to allow us to build an A-frame or 2 in each pen and have a 4-foot walkway all the way around, so it flows nice, it's easy, and no one can jump over the fences or anything. Also, 2 A-frames in each stall will provide plenty of shelter and protection from the rain and the wind and the sun for the number of goats we have, and as our herd continues to grow, which, if you know my wife at all, it's certain to grow.
So eventually, this birthing stall will come down and be the 4th 20 by 32 foot pen with at least 1 A-frame in it, but possibly 2. So with those changes and turning them into 4 20-foot pens, that brings us to right there. And that is why this pig pen got a little smaller.
Also, by reimagining everything like this and moving stuff around, where this compost pile is enough room to eventually have a hay barn, or at least a shade to put the horse trailer under, which is where we store our hay at, in the horse trailer.
So that's that. One day, these 3 pens will become 4, going all the way down to there, and they will have at least 1, but possibly 2 A-frames in each one. And they're gonna love that. They just play all over them, and it's gonna be so much better. As far as not having all these birthing stalls, that's not gonna happen this year, but by next year, that we will have to come up with a new plan. But I've got a whole storage shed full of ideas in my mind, and then we'll have 1 shade over there for the pigs, A-frames, 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 A-frames. This area here will get a shade also for milking and bathing and things like that.
All right, there you have it. over time things are going to continue to get better, and all the pins and building materials and everything will match. And we're glad we took a few days to just think about it and make sure that's what we wanted to do before we start etching stuff in stone. So thanks again for watching, guys, and
have a good day. See you again next time.